was accused of making unfounded claims about products designed to aid women's sexual and emotional health.
The wellness industry is a snake oil salesman of the 21st century.
Just follow the money. You see how it all is connected.
There's been zero government regulation to make sure that wellness products are legit.
That wellness influencer selling you $200 supplements while preaching natural living. They're secretly spending $11,000 a month on steroids. The guru claiming jade eggs will balance your hormones. She just settled a $145,000 lawsuit for false advertising. And that cancer survivor who built $1 million empire on her healing journey, she never had cancer at all. The wellness industry is worth $4.4 trillion, and it's built on some of the biggest lies you've ever heard. These so-called health gurus are living the complete opposite of what they preach to their millions of followers. Today, I'm exposing 15 wellness influencers whose natural lifestyles are nothing but an expensive performance.
Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Union Stories
so you don't miss any Hollywood update.
Let's start with someone who seems innocent enough.
Well, after winning her first modelling competition at just 13, Miranda Kerr quickly became one of the most in-demand and influential figures in the fashion world.
Miranda Kerr and her Cora Organics brand. She's been pushing certified organic beauty products for years, making you think everything natural is automatically safer than synthetic alternatives. Here's the thing, though. Recent studies found that makeup products marketed as natural and organic still contain high levels of PFAS chemicals, also known as forever chemicals. These aren't listed on labels, but they're there. Even products specifically marketed to communities of color often contain dangerous levels of formaldehyde, mercury, and chemicals that mess with your hormones. The organic certification that Cora holds, it's legitimate for agricultural products, but when applied to beauty products that still need synthetic preservatives and stabilizers to work, it becomes misleading. Kerr and other clean beauty brands exploit something called chemophobia, their irrational fear of synthetic chemicals. While their natural alternatives might actually be more dangerous. The truth is, natural doesn't automatically mean safer. But the wellness beauty industry continues pushing this false idea because it sells products. Kerr's brand represents how even certified organic labels can trick you into thinking you're getting something pure, when the reality is much more complicated. James Charles built his entire brand on makeup artistry and natural beauty enhancement. For years, he's promoted this image of achieving stunning looks through cosmetics and natural techniques. But analysis of his changing appearance over the years suggests he's had extensive cosmetic procedures. While he has been open about some minor procedures like lip fillers and Botox, speculation has swirled for years about other possible surgical enhancements, like a Brazilian butt lift and facial modifications. This connects to a massive problem in social media. There are entire networks of doll pages dedicated to documenting cosmetic surgery journeys while maintaining public faces of natural beauty. These hidden communities show the huge gap between what influencers say publicly and what they actually do privately. The damage here goes beyond just transparency about procedures. When influencers like Charles emphasize their makeup skills and beauty techniques, while potentially having undisclosed surgical enhancements, they create impossible beauty standards. Their followers buy products and tutorials trying to achieve results that may have actually come from procedures beyond basic cosmetics. Young people especially are vulnerable to this deception. They're spending money on products that will never give them the results they see on screen, because those results came from a surgeon's office, not a supplement bottle. Tracy Anderson trains celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow and charges regular people $900 for in-person sessions and $90 monthly for app access. She promotes healthy movement and wellness through exercise. But here's what she doesn't tell you. Anderson has almost no legitimate fitness credentials. Her qualifications consist of a single YMCA certificate and a massage therapy license. That's it. Yet she's built a fitness empire on dangerous practices. Her method involves repetitive exercises in rooms heated to 95 degrees with 75% humidity. These conditions are perfect for injuries and heat-related illness. Investigations revealed that Anderson's studios were plagued with mold problems, causing bacterial infections and athlete's foot among instructors. Former employees describe a toxic environment where instructors were forced to complete grueling 4-hour workout sessions daily and were never allowed to stop dancing. Even to help clients avoid injury, many participants report serious neck and knee injuries from her unguided workouts that lack proper form instruction. The contradiction is clear. Anderson promotes healthy movement while creating conditions that actively harm people's health. Her lack of qualifications combined with dangerous environments and high injury rates show the gap between wellness marketing and reality. Deepak Chopra has spent decades building a wellness empire worth millions of dollars on concepts that have absolutely no basis in actual science. He maintains this image of being scientifically informed while promoting complete nonsense. His signature concept is quantum healing, the idea that your consciousness can directly alter physical reality and cure diseases. This has been thoroughly debunked by both physicists and medical researchers. Real quantum physics has nothing to do with the mystical healing Chopra describes. What makes Chopra particularly dangerous is how he misuses scientific terminology to make his ideas sound legitimate. This practice is called science ploitation. He regularly collaborates with actual researchers and medical institutions, then uses these credentials to promote completely unscientific ideas. Critics note that Chopra is the embodiment of pseudoscience who legitimizes ideas that have no scientific basis at all. The danger in his approach is how it undermines evidence-based medicine while appearing scientifically sophisticated. His books and seminars generate millions of dollars while potentially steering people away from proven medical treatments toward ineffective alternatives. People suffering from serious conditions might delay or avoid proper medical care because they believe consciousness alone can heal them. Dr. Oz was once called America's doctor and used his medical credentials to build a massive media empire, but he spent years promoting weight loss supplements with zero scientific backing while positioning himself as a medical authority. In 2014, Congress actually hauled Oz.
You take this pill, drink this shake. Use this device.
Before a Senate hearing where he was grilled about promoting products as miracles without scientific evidence. Senator Claire McCaskill accused him of providing false hope to consumers and questioned why he would diminish the integrity of his medical background. Here's the most damaging part. The Federal Trade Commission found that companies marketing green coffee bean extract, which Oz promoted as magic, had to pay $3.5 million in settlements for false advertising. The study behind the supplement was so flawed that the researchers themselves had to retract it, admitting they couldn't validate the data. Despite this, Oz continued promoting supplements while maintaining his medical credentials and public platform. What makes his case particularly hypocritical is his simultaneous criticism of the pharmaceutical industry while promoting unregulated supplements that often contain dangerous ingredients. His show became a breeding ground for supplement scams that use his name and image without permission. The man who was supposed to provide trusted medical advice instead became a gateway for health fraud. This one affects multiple wellness influencers, so I'm grouping them together.
Ozempic. It is literally the hottest drug in the country right now.
We're talking about influencers who secretly use pharmaceutical weight loss drugs while selling expensive natural alternatives to their followers. Take Janelle Roner, a wellness influencer with 6 million followers. She spent months promoting a $200 Macros 101 course and natural weight loss methods while secretly using GLP-1 medications like Ozempic. When she finally revealed her drug use, the backlash was immediate and severe. Her followers felt completely betrayed because she had built a community around natural weight loss while relying on the very pharmaceutical interventions she implicitly criticized. This creates impossible standards that drive followers to purchase ineffective products while the influencers themselves use proven medical treatments. This deception is particularly damaging because these influencers specifically market to people who distrust conventional medicine and are seeking natural alternatives. By hiding their pharmaceutical use, they exploit people's legitimate concerns about the medical system while building their own unregulated supplement empires. The rise of AI and deepfake technology has made this problem worse. Scammers now create fake videos of respected doctors endorsing bogus supplements, making it nearly impossible for consumers to distinguish legitimate from fraudulent health advice. Kourtney Kardashian's Lemme supplement line represents one of the most obvious examples of wellness fraud happening right now. She markets her products as natural, clean, and science-backed, while investigations reveal the complete opposite. Lemme engages in deceptive proprietary blends, a controversial practice where the actual amounts of active ingredients are hidden. This means you could be paying premium prices for products containing only trace amounts of the promoted ingredients mixed with cheap fillers. The contradictions get worse. Lemme's Debloat gummies contain 3 grams of sugar per serving, an ingredient that actually contributes to bloating. Their matcha supplements contain just 100 milligram matcha, when research suggests 2,000 milligram is needed for any real effect. That's 20 times less than what would actually work. Most damaging of all, the brand is facing a $25 million class action lawsuit for allegedly misleading customers about the effectiveness of their products. Despite this, Kourtney continues promoting the supplements as natural solutions, while the legal system determines whether her claims constitute fraud. The Kardashian influence on wellness culture cannot be overstated. When someone with their reach promotes products that don't work as advertised, millions of people waste money on ineffective treatments. Brian Johnson, known as the Liver King, built his entire brand around achieving an extreme muscular physique through ancestral living and consuming raw organ meat. He repeatedly denied using any performance-enhancing substances, claiming his body came solely from his natural lifestyle. The truth came out when leaked emails revealed he was spending over $11,000 monthly on anabolic steroids and human growth hormone. This wasn't just a small amount. We're talking about a massive pharmaceutical regimen that would make professional bodybuilders jealous. Johnson's deception was particularly cruel because he specifically targeted young men struggling with mental health and body image issues. His primal lifestyle brand, complete with eating raw bull testicles and cow lungs, was presented as an alternative to modern medicine and supplements. When confronted with evidence, Johnson initially tried to maintain the lie before eventually admitting his steroid use in December 2022. By then, he had already built a massive supplement company selling products to people who believed they could achieve similar results naturally. His company now faces a $25 million fraud lawsuit from customers who purchased his supplements believing they could get his physique through natural means. The Liver King case perfectly illustrates how wellness fraudsters exploit people's desire for natural solutions while secretly using the most artificial enhancements available. This problem extends far beyond individual influencers. Social media has created entire networks of accounts dedicated to documenting cosmetic surgery journeys while maintaining public images of natural beauty. The broader issue is how this deception creates impossible beauty standards. When influencers attribute their appearance to clean eating, natural supplements, and holistic wellness while secretly undergoing extensive surgery, they create goals their followers can never achieve through the products being sold. Studies show that social media users, especially young people, are increasingly struggling with body image issues, partly because they're comparing themselves to surgically enhanced images presented as natural. The wellness industry profits from this insecurity by selling products that promise natural results that actually came from medical procedures. What makes this particularly insidious is how it targets people's deepest insecurities about their appearance and health. Instead of promoting genuine self-acceptance or realistic expectations, these influencers create anxiety and dissatisfaction that drives product sales. The psychological damage extends beyond individual cases. When people discover they've been deceived by wellness influencers, they often become skeptical of all health information, legitimate and illegitimate alike. This erosion of trust hurts everyone's ability to make informed health decisions. Belle Gibson pioneered the modern wellness fraud playbook when she built a multi-million-dollar empire on the lie that she cured her terminal brain cancer through diet and lifestyle changes. This case deserves special attention because it established the template that countless other fraudsters would follow. Gibson gained 200,000 Instagram followers and launched the best-selling Whole Pantry app, promising that her organic recipes and natural healing methods could cure cancer. She wrote cookbooks, gave interviews about her miraculous recovery, and built an entire brand around surviving cancer naturally. The reality? She never had cancer at all. The whole thing was completely fabricated, but the damage went far beyond just lying about her medical history. Gibson promoted dangerous pseudoscience practices, including the controversial Gerson therapy, anti-vaccination rhetoric, and consumption of raw milk. When finally exposed, Gibson was fined $410,000 by Australian courts for misleading consumers, but the fine remains unpaid. What makes her case particularly revealing is how she weaponized people's cultural distrust of conventional medicine. Her fraud represented a systematic exploitation of people's hopes and fears about health. Gibson created the blueprint that countless other wellness influencers would follow: claim a miraculous personal transformation, build a social media following around that story, then monetize people's hope through product sales. The Belle Gibson playbook is still being used today. Paltrow's Goop empire exemplifies the dangerous contradiction at the heart of celebrity wellness brands. While promoting clean living and natural health, Goop has repeatedly been caught selling products that are anything but safe. The company settled a $145,000 lawsuit for falsely claiming their jade eggs could balance hormones, regulate menstrual cycles, prevent uterine prolapse, and increase bladder control. These claims had zero scientific backing, and medical experts warned the porous jade eggs could harbor bacteria and cause infections, potentially leading to toxic shock syndrome. Dr. Jen Gunter, an OBGYN, called Goop's claims the biggest load of garbage and emphasized the serious health risks. Despite promoting these as ancient wellness practices, the eggs were manufactured products with no historical basis for the health claims made. Even worse, Goop's "This Smells Like My candles, marketed as part of their wellness lifestyle, have repeatedly exploded and caught fire, leading to multiple lawsuits. The company continues to face trademark disputes and consumer protection investigations while positioning itself as a leader in safe wellness products. Goop represents how celebrity wellness brands exploit people's desire for natural alternatives while selling products that are potentially more dangerous than conventional alternatives. The company's influence has normalized the idea that expensive natural products are automatically safer and more effective. The wellness fraud phenomenon extends far beyond individual American influencers to represent systematic deception operating at global scale. In Nigeria, influencers promote slimming teas and herbal cure-it-alls that claim to treat everything from HIV to cancer with no scientific backing. In Korea and other countries, plastic surgery tourism is driven by influencer marketing that hides the risks and reality of these procedures. The rise of AI and deepfake technology has amplified the problem exponentially, with scammers creating fake videos of respected doctors endorsing bogus supplements. These fake endorsement videos are shared across social media platforms in dozens of languages, reaching millions of vulnerable consumers. The technology makes it nearly impossible for regular people to distinguish legitimate from fraudulent health advice. The wellness industry has essentially created a parallel medical system with none of the regulations, oversight, or scientific standards of legitimate healthcare. It operates through influencer networks, affiliate marketing, and sophisticated psychological manipulation to generate billions in revenue while potentially harming public health. This global scale shows that wellness fraud isn't just about individual bad actors. It's about an entire industry built on exploiting people's health fears and hopes for profit. Understanding why wellness fraud works so well requires looking at the psychological factors that make consumers particularly vulnerable. The cultural distrust of conventional medicine, especially after COVID, has created perfect conditions for alternative health claims. Wellness influencers exploit this by positioning themselves as rebels against big pharma while building their own unregulated pharmaceutical empires. The authenticity performance is crucial to this deception. By sharing personal struggles, family photos, and vulnerable moments, they create parasocial relationships that make followers less likely to question their claims. The curated lifestyle imagery, expensive homes, organic meals, perfect families, sells not just products, but entire identity aspirations. People aren't just buying supplements, they're buying into a fantasy of what their life could be like. Most insidiously, wellness fraud preys on people's legitimate health struggles. Whether it's autoimmune conditions, mental health issues, or cancer, wellness influencers position themselves as offering hope, where conventional medicine has failed. This emotional manipulation makes it particularly difficult for victims to recognize they've been deceived, even when faced with evidence. The parasocial relationships these influencers create make the betrayal feel personal when the fraud is exposed. Followers don't just feel scammed, they feel like a trusted friend lied to them about life or health issues. Despite mounting evidence of fraud and dangerous products, regulatory agencies have struggled to keep pace with the wellness industry's deceptive practices. The FDA's health fraud database lists hundreds of products with unsubstantiated claims, but enforcement remains inconsistent and largely ineffective. The regulatory gap is particularly problematic for supplements, which don't require FDA approval before hitting the market. Companies can make virtually any claim about supplements without scientific backing. The burden falls on the FDA to prove products are dangerous after they're already being sold, a nearly impossible task given the agency's limited resources. The agency has warned against fake Ozempic products promoted by influencers and recalled numerous beauty products containing cancer-causing chemicals. Yet new fraudulent products appear faster than regulators can address them. The wellness industry has essentially outpaced the regulatory system designed to protect consumers. What makes this particularly frustrating is that the same influencers promoting unregulated supplements often criticize pharmaceutical companies for their safety issues, while their own products have no safety testing or oversight whatsoever. The double standard is staggering. The damage from wellness fraud extends far beyond financial losses. Though those are substantial, consumers spend billions annually on ineffective products, sometimes foregoing proven medical treatments in favor of fraudulent alternatives. The health consequences can be severe: infections from jade eggs, injuries from dangerous workout programs, and potentially life-threatening results from untested supplements. But the psychological damage may be even worse. When wellness products fail to deliver promised results, consumers often blame themselves rather than recognizing they've been deceived. This creates cycles of shame and continued seeking that benefit fraudulent companies while harming individual well-being. Perhaps most damaging is how wellness fraud undermines trust in all health information, legitimate and illegitimate alike. When people discover they've been deceived by wellness influencers, they may become skeptical of all health advice, including evidence-based medical guidance guidance. The wellness industry's promise of natural healing and authentic living has become the ultimate contradiction, a system built on artificial enhancements, pharmaceutical interventions, and manufactured personas designed to sell the very opposite of wellness. These influencers aren't just selling bad products, they're selling false hope to people at their most vulnerable moments. The scale and sophistication of wellness fraud requires systematic changes to address effectively. We need stronger regulatory oversight, mandatory disclosure requirements, and real penalties for deceptive marketing. But more fundamentally, we need better health literacy to help people distinguish between legitimate health advice and sophisticated marketing scams. So there you have it. 15 examples of how the wellness industry's biggest names are living complete contradictions of their public personas. From Belle Gibson's fake cancer story that started it all, to the Liver King's $11,000 monthly steroid habit, to Goop's exploding vagina candles marketed as wellness products. These aren't just individual bad actors. They represent a systematic deception that exploits your deepest health fears and hopes for profit. The next time a wellness influencer promises natural solutions while living in a mansion and looking unnaturally perfect, remember what you learned today. Hit subscribe if this opened your eyes to what's really happening in the wellness world.